With every footstep I took through this hallowed hall, up to the moment I now stand before you, I remember that we still have so much and a lot for that to go. To achieve this progress, we sought an elective office to lead this nation forward. Thus, I hereby affirm before you, our merciful and almighty God, and all men, and resolve to do all that I could do to safeguard and build our democracy as the defined and intend for us to do. Since 2018, we have celebrated Democracy Day on this day to commemorate the sacrifices of the men and women who fought to restore democratic governance to Nigeria. Let me pay tribute to my predecessor, the former President Muhammadu Buhari, for reaching back into history to rectify a national misdeed by making June 12th Democracy Day, and by officially acknowledging Chief Eko Abiola and his running mate Babagana Konjuring as the victors and the duly elected president and vice president respectively of Nigeria after June 12, 1993 election. Year by year, election after election, every time we debate instead of battle, we discuss instead of fight, and argue instead of destroy. We preserve the institution of democracy. More importantly, we weave the culture of democracy into very fabric of our nation. We thank God for this. Why Chief Eko Abiola is June 12th central figure. We must not forget the long list of those who equally deserve to be called heroes of democracy. We must celebrate the courage of Alhaja Kudirat Abiola and Pa Alfred Rewani, both of whom were murdered by agents of military repression. We also remember the many civil rights activists, journalists, and politicians imprisoned, exiled, called aside, tortured, and beaten by the military regime. We remember Chief Anthony Enoro, Commodore Dan Suleiman, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Gani Fawain, Balara Bin Musa, Gani Gaudu, the journalist Gauda Kalko, and Commodore Odibusi Kanu. I mention these names not to exclude or degrade the profound contribution of anyone else, but to illustrate through this film and herald the universality of our pursuit of democracy. The struggle was never the province of any one group or section of the country. It was pan-Nigeria in its conception, and it will even be more pan-Nigeria as we strive to perfect it. It is fitting that I come to this chamber to you. You are the authors of the People's Law, and I must be their faithful implementer. While we may not always agree, we must forge a way to work together, because this is what democracy demands of all. I pledge myself to this cooperation and ask that you do the same for good people of of our country. Mr. Chairman, the National Assembly has acted to uphold democratic ideas at every critical moment in our nation's history. In 2006, the fifth National Assembly protected our democracy against unseemingly Dutch campaign that will have ripped our constitution apart. In 2010, the National Assembly, through the doctrine of necessity, opened the door for then Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president following the illness of his predecessor. Even under the military, the National Assembly tried to protect our democracy. After General Laka took over power on November 17, 1993, and dissolved the National Assembly, some of us, led by Senator Ahmed Tinubu, the Senate President of the Third Republic, defied the General and his goons, and we reconvened old Parliament building in Lagos and declared that regime illegal. We had the courage to do so, the determination to resuscitate democracy, but we were jailed for our defense. On behalf of the grateful nation, I commend your invaluable role in lawmaking, oversight, and consequences representation. At this point, I thank you for your indulgence, so that I may put a terrible rumor to bed. To those who ring the alarm that the agency is intent on a one-party state, I offer you a most personal promise. While your alarm may be as a result of their panic, the dreams and error, at no time in the past, nor any instance in the present, and at no future juncture, shall I view the notion of one-party state as good for Nigeria. I've never attempted to alter any political party registration with INEC. Equally, my dear friends and colleagues, we cannot blame anybody seeking to bail out of a sinking ship. Look at my political history. I will be the last person to advocate such a scheme. In the year 2003, when the then governing party tried to sweep the nation clean of political opposition through plots and manipulation, I was the last progressive governor standing. In their numbers, they boasted. In all their numbers and the first grandeur, they boasted of ruling not only governing Nigeria, but the next half century or more. Where are they now? Yet I stood alone. My allies have been induced into defeat. My adversary held all the cards that not a man could carry. Even with all of that, they could not control my destiny and could not control our national destiny because fate is written from the above. A greater power did not want Nigeria to become one-party state back then. Nigeria will not become such a state now. The failed effort to create a one-party state placed progressive political party forces on a trajectory to form the APC. It put me on the trajectory which has brought me before you today. I dare not such a favor to any political adversary by repeating the same mistake of political overreach. A one-party state is not enduring, nor should it ever be. That said, we will be guilty of political malpractice if we close our door on those from other parties who now seek to join I sincerely welcome our party's newest members from other political parties is that the economy and social development of this country must not be compromised. On assuming office, my team and I moved to reform our ailing economy. We introduced fundamental reforms to correct structural imbalances that prevented maximum growth. We are already seeing results. The GDP grew by 3.4% in 2024, with quarter 4 hitting 4.6%, the highest quarter growth in over a decade. Inflation is easing gradually, steadying the price of food staples like rice and beans. Our net foreign reserve has increased fivefold, and the naira exchange rate has stabilized. Our balance of payment position is positive. Our sovereign credit rating is improving, and we continue to promote oil and non-oil gas exports. States do not need to go about borrowing to pay salaries anymore. In less than 1 year, over 100,000 Nigerians, including 35,000 civil servants, has benefited from affordable consumer credit through the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, enabling them to purchase vehicles, light up, and improve their well-being, and purchase life essentials. This July, we will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit. We are committed to giving more opportunities to young people through job creation and skill development. Through such programs as Nigeria Education Fund, NEL, we are investing in education and in the greater future of our country, vocational training, apprenticeship, and entrepreneurship to ensure that our youth are job ready and future ready. In addition, we have embarked on initiative promised not only to enhance the speed and reality of internet access, but also to revolutionize how business operates, how students learn, and how community stays connected. By extending this critical infrastructure, we are empowering entrepreneurs, enabling digital education, and providing the tools for our youth to compete in a globalized economy. Our Nigerian First policy will further enhance progress and will consolidate market-driven growth. The improved economic performance is encouraging and validates the soundness of our policy measures with collaboration with you. Our medium-term growth target remains an economy growing at a 7% clip with a stronger manufacturing base. We must learn to produce and grow most of our food, and we are on the path to achieving food sovereignty. These and other reforms have placed the economy on a more rational footing, where political decisions regarding the large-scale investment are now made. We are making agriculture more sexy by providing tractors, and I ask you, the legislature, to join me as we enter the second half of our term to put forth innovative legislation that further encourages industrial development and job creation in our urban centers, while also crafting laws that improve food security and production. To further underpin our economic vision, we introduced a competitive tax reform package, a vital component of our economic re-engineering. I am deeply grateful to both chambers of this House for your thorough consideration and deliberation of these bills, and I look forward to signing them into law soon. Again, the collaboration across party lines on these bills has been a model of democratic partnership. You are great. As elected leaders, we must continue to do more to make real the dream of Nigerian political and economic democracy. We must be vigilant in expanding the political space. We must always value dialogue over dictatorship, persuasion over suppression, and rights over might. We be tolerant and broad-minded in our legislative acts regarding speech and civil liberty. Do not be afraid to bear an unkind word spoken against you. Some of the best advice a politician gets sometimes comes from his most ferocious opponents, if they think well. We do not seek silence because the imposed silence of repressed voices may bring chaos and ill will. Not the harmonic of democracy in the long term. Where malicious slander and libel should not go unattended. No one should bear the brunt of injustice from merely writing a bad report about me or call me names. Democracy requires a fair degree of tolerance for harsh words and stinging insults, particularly when they are paid because of their losses. Call me any name. I'm not here to make you happy. Politically. And I will still call upon democracy to defend your right to do so. Mr. Senate President, Mr. Speaker, distinguished senators and honorable members, our nation is not perfect, but it is strong. Our democracy is not invincible, but it is alive. And this means our dream of a prosperous, happy nation is still within reach and worth fighting for. Mr. Chairman, Nigeria is at an inflection point, undergoing structural and fundamental change towards a secure future. Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive. Our tax and fiscal policy reform will streamline taxes, administration, and eliminate some or multiple taxes, enabling our industrialists and entrepreneurs to operate in a more conducive environment. Governance must work and deliver value to the people. As part of our tax reform, we have provided small businesses with an exemption of tax, established the Office of Tax Ombudsman, and ensure transparency and protect taxpayers' rights. Digital tools now help us track performance and reduce waste. The diaspora bond and non-resident BVN are bringing Nigeria abroad into national development fold. In line with my promise during the New Year address to the nation, I recently appointed the board of directors of the newly established National Credit Guarantee Company, a company backed with 100 billion naira in an initial capital. With the Bank of Industry, BOI, which, by the way, is performing very well in supporting SMEs, next year, Credit Corp and Murphy as stakeholders. BOI will play a significant role in transforming the nation's industrial landscape and reducing corruption. National security is the foundation of peace and progress. We have intensified security operations to reclaim communities from criminals and terrorists. We are better at coordinating intelligence and interagency cooperation. It has proved well for all. Our highways are safer now, and we invest in technology and training to secure every inch of this country. Let's take this opportunity to thank the men and women of our armed forces for their bravery in service of the nation, their selfless dedication to protecting our sovereignty and ensuring the safety of citizens to serve an inspiration to us all. As we celebrate the progress of our democracy, we must not forget the difficult role they play in safeguarding our freedom. For their courage and commitment, they deserve not only our gratitude, but also our continued support, prayers, and recognition. May God continue to keep our men and women safe. Fellow compatriots, our achievements are not work of one man, They are the result of a collective effort to make possible the Nigerian dream. Yet, the journey is not over. We must work even harder to translate the broad macroeconomic gains into tangible improvement in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. We must stay the course, reject cynicism, and believe Nigeria can and will rise again. As we mark a 26th year of unbroken democracy, it is right to honor those who have made sacrifices in the past, braving all odds and the guns to ensure we have a regime of democracy in our country. In this light, I announce the conferment of posthumous honor of CFR on Kudirat Abiola. The heroine of our 2012 struggle. I also confer posthumous honor on Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, and Professor Humphrey Nwosu, CON. Dr. Johnny Masen, OON, Amaka Sawabakabu, CON, Dr. Edwin Madunabu, CON, Dr. Alex Ibu, CON, Dr. Laike, CFR, Mahal Pasoro, CFR, Senator Ayofasomi, CON, Senator Polycarp Nwite, CON, and Dr. Nurudi Koko, CON. I also have the honor to confer on Professor Molisuri Kandi, CON. Journalist and journalism teacher. Only I can manage no right anymore. The color yomi, I don't know the CON. Bishop Martin Adam Kuka, CON. Senator Shehu Sani, CON. Barista Femi Falana, San, CON. Owela Kenya, OON. Barista Akane, OON. Senator Tokunbo Abikuyomi, CON. Káàdé Kọ́mọ Láfẹ́ OON, Dr. Tunji Aláùsá OON, Honorable Abdul Oro OON, Ojú Àgbẹ̀ OON, Ṣẹ̀yẹ Kẹ́hìndé CON, Barrister Felix Kuka CON, Barrister Nedumije CON, Honorable Ahmed CON, Dr. Amos Akinga CON, Professor Sheikh Vladimir CON, Professor Bola Ahmed Tinubu CFR, Dr. Carl Disarray CON, Dr. Julius Young Additionally, I confer the national honor of CON on Okusa Amuka Kwegu, the elected and the publisher who remained true to his lifetime calling as he marks his 90th birthday tomorrow. Furthermore, I also confer Schoolmo's national honor on Kensal River, CON. With his fellow travelers, Sunday Governor OON, Notuewo OON, Daniel Boko OON, Paul Levera OON, Felix Oweke OON, Babobera OON, Varian OON, John Coupet OON. As I also be exercising that prerogative of mercy, under the prerogative of mercy, to grant this national a full pardon. Together with other names that shall be announced later in the conjunction with the National Council of State. Finally, it is my great privilege to now decorate the presiding officers of this National Assembly with the national honor earlier announced.
Glaciares.
In conclusion, let us rededicate ourselves to God, freedom, transparency, and accountable government, social justice, active citizen participation, and a just society where no one is oppressed. We must strike harder to hand over the banner to our children and grandchildren without saying